Good afternoon, mates. It's a great day out there today. The grass grows, the birds are chirping, the sun shines, and brother, I make videos.
I'm a force in nature.
This video, as well as the two videos that will be following this, are going to be a part of a new series that I'm starting called What is Bodyak Books? Because, there's this channel that I have right here. And the question is, how did it come about? And why have I even started doing this? Now, it's no secret that I haven't founded Bodyak Books. While I am the current proprietor of this little brand here, I didn't exactly create it. And we can look at the two people that made Bodyak Books, and we can take a look at what they're made of. Now, Bodyak Books' history actually dates back to around the early 2000s. So let's take a trip down the timeline and check out the year 2002. Now, there's this country called the Republic of Moldova, and it's located over here in Eastern Europe. And inside of that country, there's a little city called Chisinau. Now, inside of that city, there live two boys, one called Richard Jimbo and the other called Victor Drizginsky.
This right here is the Theatrical Lyceum. Last back to 2002, there was nothing like this over here. This was added last year actually. So Richard Jimbo and Victor Drizginsky, back when they were little boys, they went to the school. They were essentially classmates. Come along and I'll tell you more. This is actually the school I went to. And given some stuff, I was actually taught by my brother's teacher. My brother being Richard Jimbo. So they went to this school, right? And it's 2002. And one of their classmates, let's call him Michael for now on. So Mike tells him, "Hey Rich, hey Victor, I have this brand new game I bought on disc. It's called Max Payne, and they play this game up and down and all around. And in fact, they actually played the second game first and then the first game, and they had a lot of fun. And you could probably guess that these guys didn't know English very well back then. So they essentially didn't understand any of the story. They just kind of thought it up. And they decided, hey, you know what, we should write a game, we should write a story about that game. And so they did. And as they played along, they started to write this story, and it had a draft. Well, now, what should they do with it? Maybe they should turn it into a book. So forward to 2005. This school is still pretty much the same, old commie style thing. But now these boys have some new technology, and that's called better pens and better copybooks. It was right around this time that they started to write Max Payne in a thicker copybook with better artwork and better handwriting. So they ended up writing this thick book called Max Payne with a period at the end specifically. Back then, Richard and Victor, they didn't have their own pen names, so they decided to write this book with the name of Y. Kefirov. Don't ask me why. Take a look at this. Given that this is the Theatrical Lyceum, they have their own theater in there. And that's called the Ulicy Rose Theater. Now, you can see all of the old plays that they had at this place. And all of the newer ones as well. This is the sports grounds. And as you can see, they had a makeshift theater built here. Right around the time of the pandemic. So they kind of use this every year. Now let's forward a bit to 2007. I was actually 1 year old at that time, and my brother told my friend hey Victor, this Harry Potter movie stuff is really popular right now. We should write a book about that. And Victor told him, yeah, why not? And they thought, what should we write about? And Rich said, you know what we should do? We should write about how Dudley mixes up his bag with Harry Potter's. He ends up practicing magic and getting a army of magic zombies. And they go, well, yeah, we should. And so they did. Except they did it in a very old copybook. And the quality isn't the best. I'm pretty sure the manuscript is actually kind of lost right now. I do have it, but it's lost because of reasons. So I won't be able to talk about it soon. If we go forward a couple of years, it's 2015. This school still looks like a commie place. You know, it's not as beautiful, and pretty much everything was like this, which you know, it isn't very presentable. But the front was actually like this, so you know, it wasn't very pleasant. But it's 2015. I am 9 years old, and I'm going through my shelves at home and bookcases, and I pull out this book with Max Payne written on it, and I tell my brother, "Hey, did you write this?" And he goes, "Yeah." When? 2002. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I read this thing. It was some of the best fanfic literature I've ever read at the time. And in fact, I didn't even know what a fanfic was. So I ended up enjoying it so much that I thought I should write something as well. And oh, look at this. That's the basement where Uncle Volodya lives. I don't even know who that is. I just know that it's called that. There used to be a bunch of armature and concrete blocks around here, and this looked very horrible. And there was a basement right there as well. Yeah, so my first stories, I actually don't remember what they were. I do have the manuscripts, but I couldn't be fucked to open them because you know the cringe feeling you get when you read your old stuff. Yeah, that's the same thing with me. I have a lot of drafts of my earlier stories that I've ended up repurposing for my new project. And this is actually where this school is actually where I first met my friends who have worked with Bodyak Books in the future. And in fact, one of them is filming this right now. His name is Matvey Hackerman. And I'm very grateful that he stood by me this whole time, because not everyone did, obviously. So, forward to 2020. I am now, 13, 14, I think, and so are my friends. I found this cool little thing on the internet called The Filthy Frank Show. And as an edgy teenager, I thought this was the best fucking thing in the world. So I tell my friends, them, hey, we should do something like that, except call it the Bodyak Show. Because when I asked my brother, hey, can I have Bodyak Books? I want to write books. And he goes, yeah, sure, take it. So I took it. Except in 2020, Bodyak Books was more of a show-making company. So we made this silly little show about how we are going around Moldova, around these places, and we are doing silly shit. And it was basically a story about 5 retards who tried to stop the Dark Lord or something like that. Anyway, in 2021, I started writing a book about that show, and I called it The Omniverse. In fact, I think right now I might be able to start filming it again, but it will be a very different show right now. I've gone through a lot of drafts and such, and I must say that in early 2021, we were getting ready to release season 1. Which is season 1, episode 1 of Bodyak Show, which was a pretty big step for us, because before that, we used to film short prologue episodes. But I planned for the first episode to be, 40 minutes long or something like that. Basically like an anime or something. And I was editing this video, and then I think, hey, I should probably redesign Bodyak Books as a whole, like rebranding, And I did. But when I did that, this upset some of my team members. And unfortunately, I say unfortunately now, but now I'm looking back, this is kind of silly. This is the playground, by the way. Looking back at it, it's very silly, but the crux of the matter is this guy, he composed the music, which was like the main theme for Bodyak's show up until that point. It was called Chinatown, I think, and he wrote that music, and he ended up not only leaving the team, he ended up copyright striking the entire thing. So I took it down, and as I said in my previous vlog, you can see this thing, actually remnants of this thing on my old Bodyak's channel, which is, it was Russian and was stupid. But it's empty right now, and we've moved on. Everything that's remained from that show, I've turned into a new book project. It's called The Omniverse. It's a reboot mostly, and I want to start recording again soon if I do gather any friends. And I think Matvey here would make a pretty great operator. Back at it, I think Bodyak Books has gone through a lot, and I think there's a bright future ahead for this company. We will be able to, I think at least, we would be able to make anything from books to shows to movies, even maybe video games and animations and stuff like that. So right now Bodyak Books is not just a writing company, it's a creative union. It's a union for all creative people around our age. We want to create stuff and inspire people to create stuff with us. So if you'd like to join us on this journey, I would be very grateful.
It's a funny thing, but as I'm recording this, I find very old copybooks that I made with my friends. There's we used to play a game outside called The Mages, and then Matvey Hackerman and I thought of some video game called Space Invaders Online, MAV Studios. Oh yeah, so back before I had Bodyak Books, I thought up a name of MAV Studios because my real initials spell out as MAV, and yeah, this has a lot of obscure lore and shit like that, that I don't know why. Oh, here's my own Harry Potter book called Harry Potter and the Broom of Death. Style just like the Bag of Things. I might actually translate this one and record an audiobook of it. I have no idea what this is, what this sort of Egyptian line art is. I don't know what this is. This is very old, and it's it's got all this cool shit. So yeah, I could do an unboxing type of video about this. And there's also things that how old was I when I made this? Because that's the thing, you find old shit that you made, and you think, how old was I, and what did I think when I made this? Oh, wait, is that a comic? Yeah, that's a comic. That's a comic with Stickman. And that's a character one of my former friends made. I remember this guy. Yeah. So there's a lot of material I have for a video, and this was another book I was writing called Harry Potter and the Mysterious Abduction, and I never got around to finish it. And I think there was a second. Okay. So I found these sort of diary things that I was writing in, and yeah, these are all other stories that I haven't finished. So there's a lot of stuff I have that I could make videos about. That is mine, genuinely mine. This is just I don't know what these stories entail. This is the same. I think this is the same story as this one, just rewritten. And then, oh yeah, that's the Harry Potter and the Mysterious Abduction. When I was 2019, Bodyak Books. You see this? See this? This is legacy. This is the legacy. It would be awesome if I could rewrite these things and finish them all. Genuinely, it just goes on, and What's in this? What's in this? Ooh. Ooh. Wait, who the hell is this? Max Ronald Malevich. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, I'm seeing familiar names. Yeah, so I should make videos about it. Back to the main vlog because there's just taking up a little too much time. Tell me guys if I look good with a beard and mustache. If you haven't, it's like I haven't shaved in like a month. And I think I look good, but it's asymmetric. It's like, you know, I have some growing here, and then not much over here. You know, it's like this, and I'm really new at this beard game, and I don't know how to care for a beard or a mustache. So, you know, tell me what you think.